Good evening from InvestSharp.com. This is Randy Smoto with your Monday, January 31st market update. So we had a nice bounce in the market today. I don't know if it's really a bounce or if we're going to continue to move higher. We'll see. Um, be healthy if even if we could consolidate here a little bit, start putting start building a little bit of a base here, little support area. So we'll see if that plays out or not. So we had the dollar and gold were down today. Silver, copper, and oil were all up. So the dollar via the ETF UUP, it's kind of a little doji, pretty equal buying and selling. Volume was pretty good. Over to the West Texas continuous contract light sweet crude future point and figure chart. So the we've got this triple top here. If we print 93, we're gonna have a triple top breakout, which is gonna put us back onto a buy signal. I'll print a 93. We got to print one box higher than this previous column of X's. That'll put us back on a buy. So we're pretty much there, and I mean oil is just incredible. So this whole Egypt thing has really just shot the oil, and of course a lot of the energy stars just started running big time, especially today, and then some last Friday as well. So we'll be watching for this. So the light sweet crude futures were actually up another $2.85 to settle at $92.19 a barrel. Huge move. You know, we were up over $3 Friday, so I mean it's just incredible. Like I said, I'm sure they can't run out there and raise the prices at the gas pumps fast enough to keep up with what oil is doing right now. And of course, right now we're getting another huge, like Arctic cold spell, kind of across part of the country. So that's going to add to especially nat gas, mostly for heating purposes. But so let's take a look at the S&P. S&P actually was up the most, 0.77%. So I'm watching this. You know, we broke down through this. Kind of get rid of some of these lines here. So you know, we did not get down. We didn't take out the 30, right? We did not even get down to this low here, which is 1271. We didn't get there Friday. We didn't get today, so we're holding here. So we got a little support here so far of the low from Friday. Still holding it. I'm watching to see if we can actually close above the midpoint of this large bearish candles. That would be pretty bullish if we could actually close above that. So I'm seeing what happens when we get up here, if we get up there. I mean, we still got a lot of good earnings. We had, you know, Sohu come out and beat, and ExxonMobil beat. Of course, Baidu was after hours, and it was a huge beat, and it's way up after hours. So earnings, you know, we're still in earnings season, so the earnings continue to come out okay. And depending on the economic data, though, no, we could push back higher. Will remain to be seen. But that's what I'm watching, and pretty much across the board, right? Nasdaq, which actually was the weakest. It was only up 0.49%, so it did not have as quite as good a day. But again, we're watching to see if we hold this level here. We got some support across here around 2675 or so, but we'll see where we go from here on the Nasdaq. And Russell, same Russell. You know, Russell held the 50. We're down here near the 50. We got a little support right through here. So far we're holding it. Again, I'm watching for a close above, at least above the midpoint here. But then of course on the Russell we need to, it already made a lower high, so now we need to take out this downtrend line. And then the Dow holding the 20-day. So we're holding the 20-day. Again, should have some support somewhere around the 11,800, which we closed Friday 11,823. So we're watching for a close of back above the 10, back above the midpoint of the candle. Volume was pretty good today, about 20% above average daily volume. Let's go take a look at GLD. Gold is, you know, really volatile right now. So we had all this selling followed by all this buying by a lot of kind of a little bit indecisiveness today. You know, it obviously came off its lows. Doesn't look too bad here. Did not have any heavy selling today. So still watching GLD. Did not hold up quite as well as silver did, though. Silver had a nice pop higher back above this little 10s. Got all these moving averages and resistance above it. Copper is continuing to, you know, move higher. Took out these prior highs here. Very strong. Hasn't taken out the 59.64, which was this prior high here. Got up to 59.38 today, or 36 was it? Oh, 59.36. So. And Euro via the FXE ETF. So the euro's still holding its 10-day, got a bounce off of it Friday, still holding up there. And then the volatility index. Volatility hung in there. We had this, so we're still way up here, closed not too far off the high from Friday. So we're still, we're down 2.54%, down 51 cents, but still, volatility was holding on. So let's go look at the McClellan oscillator. Whenever Stock Charts responds here, we will. So we're still very neutral, so which we've been bouncing back and forth there a lot. We have not been a real overbought or actually real oversold a whole lot, especially on the NYSE McClellan since clear back here, I don't know, early December really. Just a lot of chopping back and forth and kind of moving a slow moving grinding as opposed to a big move. We don't have a lot of 150 point days or even 100 plus days as of late. Let's go take a look at the sectors. So 13 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green. The oil service index had the largest percent gain, up 2.41%. Home construction index was the weakest, down 1.57%, excuse me, 1.57%. Over to ChartWatch. So, of course, obviously energy has been the place to be. Some of these are just breaking out. I'd be a little careful with them if you're not already in them. I'm not so sure how much they'll pull back, if any, but CXO breaking higher. Chesapeake, huge move up. I mean, unless it takes out the high, I mean, you could scalp it at this point, but I don't want to jump, in it right now. Hess breaking out, and I mean, these are just a few. Tons and tons of breaks out in energy today. DNR, like this CCJ. Had a nice little break higher here today with quite a bit of volume, but a little right. This looks good. It was actually out of a little triangle. All right, bouncing back and forth, breaking out of the triangle. IBM. I like IBM because it's holding the 10, so I'm watching it closely. Looks like it's holding up well. Skyworks holding the 10. I'd wait for it to break out probably, or come back down to the trend line possibly, but it's holding up well. Z-Linux also holding its 10-day, hanging in there. Spreadtrum Communications holding the 10-day, looking good. Actually did take out, well, took out this high a little bit, but there was no real much volume behind it. EMN, Eastman Chemical, holding up well. And when did it have earnings? Had earnings after the market closed today. I did not see the earnings, but it looks like it's up just a few cents, so it's still holding up. American Tower. So another one I'm watching. It's holding up here. It had a lot of buying to get up here. A little lighter volume here on the pullback, so I'm going to watch for its next move. SOA also holding the 50. Some volume coming back in today, so watching for the next move there as well. TCK holding the 50. STT holding the 50. BSQR. Pretty light, a lot of buying to get here. Pretty light volume on this pullback, so and it's right. Didn't get quite to the 50 yet, but it's near there. You should have some support right through here. MDR holding the 50, breaking out over the this prior little high here. Good volume today. Looks like it wants to go higher. GILD, Gilead Sciences. I like this little kind of this little rounded thing. Working on a little flag, a little handle if you want, a little, So that's looking pretty interesting. Of course, oil services, SLB breaking higher. Halliburton, BHI, Driller. Atwood Oceanics, big breakout today. I like this Diamond Offshore. I like the cup and handle here. So and then buying coming in today. So want to keep that one on your radar. Caterpillar still holding up well. Still looks good. Deere still looking good. Qualcomm still holding up well. Looks good. This Joy Global just it's in this little if you didn't have the line all the way here, it's in this little triangle, small little pennant triangle. So you have to wait for it to either break down or break out higher. Coals still look good. Walter looks like it's about to break and move higher. BTU's looking good. ACI still looking good. Some of the ags are looking good. MOS had this Dragonfly Doji today. Looks good, which typically means it's going higher. And Monsanto is looking pretty good here as well. So economic data on deck for tomorrow. We're going to get the ISM Manufacturing Index, monthly number, and the construction spending monthly number. Those are both at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And overnight, we will get the China PMI. So that'll be kind of watch futures and see what happens by morning there. And let's see. So that's about it. So I'm not going to look at the current signals. There's no change there. Russell's still on the sell signal. Yet went on a sell signal, and the S&P and the Dow and the Nasdaq remain on buy signals. So still volatile. The VIX is still kind of high. Still be careful. Smaller position sizes. Obviously, about the only thing that worth playing right now for the most part looks like the energies and your oil services all looking really good. And a few techs are holding up all right, and the drillers and some ags and coal. All right, so that's it, and thanks for watching.